August 24th, 2018. The Trinity Bulldogs play at the Bishop McGinnis Villains on a Friday night in high school football. It's my freshman year starting at receiver on varsity. 31 to gain in the first quarter, and we need a play to keep the drive alive. An amazing call to use slants to push the defense vertical and leave the 5'6", 135-pound Hobbit child wide open on the bubble or swing route. Our protagonist catches the ball low, squares up the defender, and scurries to force 2 missed tackles. Then tight-roping the sideline before getting trucked by some bum that peaked in high school. On that play, I broke my leg, and thus ended the peak of my football career, unless counting 4 intramural flag football championships. It was my only catch and start in all 4 years. So why bring up a clip from nearly 6 years ago? A highlight up to debate, whether it's mine or someone else's. What I remember from that moment was the pain shooting down my leg, but a tighter clasp on my heart to not let my team down. But the world only needs so many heroes, and by no means am I one of them. Fast forward to now, I don't feel the need to overstep beyond my own abilities, so it's not the most fond memory. My mom mentioned while I was home how awesome that moment was, how the parents in the stands congratulated her on her son making such an incredible play. Her words, not mine. Parents are proud of their kids just graduating from diapers, so a forgettable highlight far exceeds the expectation. After excavating the fossil, I noticed my teammates and coaches expressing excitement on the sideline. The catch ignited a spark of momentum for our team. I didn't realize the effect that the small moment had on the people around me, and it was a memory better than I'd relived in my own mind.
You should be excited when you make a play. Hell, look at all the work you've put into it, all the time that you've spent and practice of put into it, and to go out there in a game competitively and execute it well and make a play, you should be excited about it.
Super Bowl champion Trent Dilfer spoke at one of his camps saying, "You should love football more than football loves you back." And that statement is very true, because football can never love you. It's a game, a sport, an American pastime. It doesn't have the capacity to acknowledge your worth. It's a system where metrics determine if you contribute to your team or not bring any value. I've always put in effort, expecting that one day I would receive it. Football was an avenue to prove to myself and other people I could do something great. With my stature, my own abilities would be undeniable. However, I never got to choose the ending of that story. The people that looked at me and said I couldn't do it were right. I was too short, too slow, too weak, and didn't have the talent. The worst of all was losing my self-confidence. My identity as a football player had no worth, because as a player, I had none. And I still gave my best effort, what my mentors had preached, no matter what. The ultimate gift that I received was that lost confidence, combined with my unwavering effort, awakened a burning courage.
A new kind of love.
Jason Taylor, who has reached the height of his craft as a Hall of Famer, states that we're not rocket scientists or supplying fresh water across the world. Personally, I'm closer to doing either of these things than earning a gold jacket. It's probably better for me to invest my energy and effort to somewhere I could actually perform well. But that doesn't make failure sting any less, especially when you personally apply yourself. It can be difficult to be told you aren't good enough. It's happened to me in football, job searching, or any time I put too high of an expectation on myself. But it happens to other people too. When I put my head down and pout, I need the reminder to pick it back up and look for the next play to be made. To close this journal entry, any chance to compete is a delicacy. Great plays inspire hope. They pick our heads up and turn our attention toward the gleaming chance of victory. At some point, we will need a play to pick our heads up, no matter how small. And at our lowest, we need a reminder that those little moments matter. Thanks, Mom. You can bet your buck that the house cat limping down the sideline thinks he's a lion. And he still does. And he's rational enough to know it. That's how you know he's determined. So, be sure to remember the heroes who paved the way when watching ball in the fall. Thank you.